Hi there, how's it going? This is across the Rubicon channel, and today is the 1st of August. I'm in Kent, in England, and I'm about to get on a bus back up north. And yeah, looking forward to it actually. Rawiri Waititi, for them outside New Zealand, is the leader of the Maori party in New Zealand. A ridiculous looking man, if ever you have seen one. And he is comedy gold for a spitting image character. But as we know, nowadays, we can't do that because, well, he's not a Caucasian, and you can only ridicule and satire Caucasians, or the white man, if you like. Rawiri Waititi, a couple of 3 months ago, he said, the caucasity of Caucasians are going to be an extinct species in Aotearoa. In Aotearoa, that means New Zealand in Maori. And basically he said they're dying off, and Aotearoa, i.e. New Zealand, is going to go back to Tanata Whenua, which means the people of the land. Another word for them outside New Zealand means Maori. Now Rawiri Waititi is mostly white and with a dash of Maori, but to make himself more authentic, got his face covered in tattoos, wears a Lee Van Cleef cowboy hat in Parliament and a big bone carving round his neck. And whenever someone disagrees with him, he breaks out into the haka in protest, like a spoiled child throwing his toys at the cot. And this is what they do. Now, Rawiri Waititi said what he said about Caucasians. They're going to be an extinct species now, Aotearoa, and that's okay, that's fine. No one's going to say nothing about that. It was in the media, but the media didn't attack him for it. No one attacked him for it because he's a Maori, and they have that privilege, and it's a very big privilege. And yet, when I made a satire video of him, which I did, and his ridiculous looking persona, and well, I was completely cancelled in New Zealand. Him and others in the Maori party, Debbie Nariwapaka, and the far leftists of New Zealand started a campaign to get rid of me, a petition to get rid of me from my job. And they basically wrote to my company and told them if they don't sack this white supremacist, i.e. me, I'm a white supremacist apparently because I made a satire video of Rawiri Waititi, and if they don't sack or fire this white supremacist, they will boycott their product. And the company I worked for, Sinlay, they capitulated like the cowards they are and sacked me because I was the easy option. I was the road of least resistance, and they did. And now the same people have got another petition to get my citizenship revoked. All this because I did a satire video of Rawiri Waititi, and I mentioned the dreaded phrase, hey pua pua, which basically is going to hand over nearly all resources to Maori. These same people, these Maori elites of New Zealand, is going to hand over everything, and that is Jacinda Ardern. They're going to turn New Zealand into a banana republic. But the essence of this video is this is happening all around the world. Is that basically if you're non-white, especially middle-aged man like myself, you are beyond reproach. You cannot be ridiculed in any way because you're a racist and a far-right white supremacist, and you will be cancelled. And I am the case in point for that, especially in New Zealand. So if you look like me, basically you're a lower class person and you have no rights. And I come across a word the other day. It's called oikophobia. Oikophobia. Look it up. And it was coined by Roger Scruton, the late Roger Scruton. Oikophobia is the hatred of your own race. And this is what it's like in New Zealand amongst white people who literally hate being white, but they've been conditioned to hate and apologise for being white. I'm not going to apologise for being white at all. I don't mind the colour of my skin, it doesn't bother me. But oikophobia is the hatred of one's own country, the hatred of one's own race, and favour everybody else above your own. And that's what the whole Western world is suffering from at this moment. People of the far left are oikophobes. And Rawiri Waititi is an absolute racist, and he's allowed to get away with it because he's got a bit of brown pigment in his skin. Okay, I just thought I'd share that with you, but I will leave a link to the article of where he said about the caucasity of Caucasians, and they are going to be an extinct species in Aotearoa. I'll leave a link below. Have a look yourself and look how ridiculous this man looks, and he's in Parliament. He is going to become the most powerful man in New Zealand, and he's an absolute he's like the Robert Mugabe of the future of New Zealand. This man is going to destroy it. And the press and the government and academia is fully on board with him. And they are totally against anybody like me who's basically saying what I've just said. Okay, this is Cross the Rubicon. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment and share this video everywhere. See you later.